Let's hop in. Game number one. We're back. We're back on Amygdala. See if it goes the same way the last one did. Spawning in the lower left-hand corner, we've got ByuN, representing the Shopify Rebellion. And his opponent in the upper right, it is Team Liquid's Cure. Team Liquid versus Shopify, two of the biggest teams in the scene at the moment. Not a lot of team action going on right now, unfortunately. Hopefully we get some announcements soon that the teams will be excited for. I know Proxy Raxes this time. It does look like Cure's going to play this very boldly, though. Just a Reaper Fast Expand. Oh my god. It's a Reaper Fast Expand in 2025 against ByuN, of all people to do this against. ByuN. That's, I don't know, man. That's like a, that's a bold move. I feel like ByuN is the high-level Terran most likely to have Raxes outside your base. You're doing this on a no scout, too. It's not like he, like, SCV scouted or something to double-check. Nah, dude. No scout, Reaper Fast Expand. He's just double-checking to make sure there wasn't just Death Reapers coming for him. But it does look like we'll get into a fairly normal game, and Cure's little gamble is going to pay off as his orbital is already upgrading. ByuN's base is only about halfway done right now. ByuN is heading across the map, but with two Hellions popping out, I think Cure should be just fine here. Yeah, that's a good target fire. I think Cure gets this. He sure does. He sure does. I love the fun little micro battles. It's pretty inconsequential. If ByuN wins there with like half a hit point, you can come in and try to harass an SCV. But like, probably nothing's gonna happen. So it's kind of fun when players are just like, yeah, let's just do the fight. It'll be close, you know. We'll do the fight. Let's test my micro. That being said, this is not going well for ByuN right now, as he was trying to go for a drop. But now Cure knows that a drop was the plan. But 4 SCVs go down for it. ByuN's still going to head out with that. 2 more Hellions looking to make their way in. And I don't know where these Marines are going. Oh, never mind. There's a siege tank. I believe the tank has been seen. ByuN going to try to catch these Hellions, but they're ringing around the rosy. And this is buying a lot of time for Cure to get stuff out. His tank is almost done. He's got Interference Matrix nearly done. Is he going to have enough energy for it by the time this attack comes in, though? Oh, yeah, he does. No, never mind. He already has the energy for it. He's good. Siege tank is coming. Hellion getting a couple kills on the other side of the map as well before it goes down. Ooh, tank gonna try to get some damage done. Nicely done here on those tank shots. Ravens are coming in, dropping auto turret. They do have the interference matrix available to them, but nothing to kill that tank. So he's holding on to that energy for now. Ooh, and the Viking here for ByuN. This position for ByuN is getting more and more annoying as he moves into the main base with this medevac and supports this tank with another tank and some Marines. Oh, auto turret gets blocked from dropping, and that one doesn't end up doing anything as the medevac boosts away. This attack for ByuN has done very, very well, killing double what he's lost. That being said, ByuN is still down workers. He killed more than he lost, but Kira's been very good about rebuilding those workers. Still has a solid worker count. He is not letting him take that gas, though. He says, no gas for you. No gas for Cure. Good repair there. ByuN's still trying to get some damage done, but looks like Cure is holding on again. The good repair. Uh-oh. That's a Liberator. Oh, no, dude. Oh, Cure's not reacting. Oh, my God. Cure, please. Cure, please. Ah! Loses the tank. Liberator just gets out of there. Oh, this harass is so nice for ByuN. And meanwhile, his third is finishing up here. He is producing SCVs once again, so he's still a little behind Cure. Cure is going to try to take this third and just pump up the eco. He's obviously lost more, but it's not as much as it was a little while ago. Closing that gap a little bit. Cure not doing too bad of a job here. He's behind his Mother Regards, though. 1-1 has already started up for ByuN. Cure's eBays are just about halfway done, so he's going to be quite a bit behind on that upgrade. Stim is also about to finish for ByuN. It's going to be really, really crucial at jumping on these tanks or the Marines or the Ravens. Some of those first stims can be huge. I like the big planet behind this. The atmospherics in this game. So good. So good. God, am I thinking of a different map? Or did this map change? Does anybody know? Am I crazy? I feel like I'm thinking of a different map. But I feel like there used to not be rocks here, and this area used to be lower. Is that just a different map? Am I just thinking of a different map? I feel like I'm crazy. Yeah, and I totally am, because I'm thinking of a ramp here, too. I feel like the gold-based positionings just throw me off. Also, I'm not good at remembering maps. ByuN wants to come take that tower, and Cure's going to let him have it. Cure just playing defensively right now. ByuN, I feel like he's the kind of player that's going to want to go put some pressure on. He does have some units around. Keeping an eye on things, making sure there's nothing out on the map here. And at the same time, he's double expanding. So I guess ByuN has said, okay, you want to play defensive? That's cool. You go ahead and defend your 3 bases with a 4th on the way. And I will just build 5 because you're staying at home. And this is the problem for Cure right now. If he doesn't put any pressure on, he's just going to fall further and further behind. And ByuN can start throwing units at him like it's nothing. I will say Cure has closed the upgrade gap quite a bit. ByuN must have been a little bit late on starting 2-2. So it's only about 30 seconds behind here for Cure. Not quite as bad as it was earlier. Well, Kier's going to take his 4th, but ByuN's 5th is already done. He's got the gold mining as well. The problem here for Kier is he just doesn't know. He doesn't know what's going on the other side of the map. He has an idea, of course, that this base is here, but doesn't know anything more than that. He does have 3 full energy Ravens, and this is something that has been pretty consistent in ByuN's play. He doesn't really like to build Ravens. He's not really a Raven kind of player, and I get it, you know. I don't really like using Ravens either. That's a lot of spells. Why use spells when you could just have more Marine, you know? More man with gun. And often it does work for him. He's got to have to catch Cure out of position, though. He has no way to shut these tanks down, so he's just going to dive in. Oh, my God, that's a bold move. He's just going for it. There's so many Marines here for Cure. 21 SCVs go down. ByuN losing a lot of his Marines, but he doesn't seem to care. Interference Matrix on one of those tanks. Cure's army is so technically better. But ByuN's just going to try to pull him out of position. This Liberator comes back in, gets another kill. More lost mining time. The thing is, behind this man, ByuN is mining so much. His income is insane. It's off the charts. It's like literally off the charts. And he's just finding more and more damage. He might be able to just kill this orbital. There it goes. That is a dead base. And Cure is now 3 bases behind as ByuN's 6th finishes up. And this is exactly how ByuN loves to play. And Cure, he's playing right into his hands by going for like the technically better style. But there you go. Loses 2 Ravens. And he does not have the capability to rebuild those yet. He was heading towards more starports. But he wasn't there yet. And oh my God, the Doom Drop. He's just going in. Oh, he's insane. Loses like 2 full medevacs, but he's in the main base, killing the tanks. Only a couple of siege tanks here for ByuN, so he is going to get cleaned up fairly quickly. This is still very painful for Cure, though. These are not great trades for him. And even if they were decent trades, ByuN just has so much more back at home. And clear those siege tanks, but ByuN's got another army right here. Cure trying to drop Marines on top of the tank, but there's more friends where that came from. Oh, did you see how ByuN tried to bait him back? With just like a handful of Marines? He tried to bait him in. Cure moving everything over this way. God, and ByuN is just spilling across the map. Let's take a look at the supplies. Look at how many Marines he's got, dude. Cure is up at 11 siege tanks, but 66 Marines here for ByuN. He is just going hard on the Mariners. Oh, Vikings coming in, picking off some of these medevacs. Picking off medevacs is huge. ByuN lost a ton diving into this main base. I wouldn't hate to see him try to sneak around this sensor tower and get back in here, though, with a drop, since he cleared some of the turrets on the back line. ByuN is now rotating all the way around. Again, he has no way to shut down these tanks, and this is... We're getting to the point here for Cure where he has so many tanks. ByuN's going to have a very difficult time actually getting in. Like, you can jump on 3 tanks, 5 tanks. What is it? What are we, like 8 tanks over here? You can't jump in on 8 tanks unless you have like a full surround. You will just get destroyed. And Cure's got a lot of Marines out here as well. He is going to jump on this, just a tank and a few Marines in this medevac. And he's going to be able to take down this orbital. Scans, he does see there's a base here. And I feel like Cure is realizing, hey, this guy has a lot of bases, actually. This is kind of a problem. He's going to try to jump on that, too. And you know what? These planetaries, without all that armor, that one's just going to die. There's a tank at the top of that ramp. ByuN picking off some siege tanks here, though. I wouldn't hate to see ByuN clear out some of these rocks. Oh, the Marines can get through the mineral line. Oh, man, and these medevacs. Two of them do escape, and those were the two with the most Marines in them. So Kira's going to keep these drops going, just dropping a few units here and there. Still causing annoyances. Finally, they get cleared up. That's 17 net SCVs, though. That was 2 bases killed. So suddenly, ByuN's eco isn't as good as it was moments ago, and Kira's pushing towards this base that just got all the fresh mules dropped at it. Can the mules return a couple of trips worth? Oh my god, Kira doesn't realize it's there. He's going after this planetary, but ByuN's going to be here in time to start mounting a defense at least. Oh, he's got to get the repair on this planetary. Oh, it's just dead. Man, at least he's got the mules here, man. 6 mules just mining away. Well, Marines running forward. ByuN has to be very careful with that. And here is a problem for ByuN. I do feel like he has a big enough opening here to maybe hit from multiple angles, maybe bring a few SCVs even just to tank some of these shots. Tanks trading shots here. ByuN is running across the map right now. He is just going for the counterattack. He's got so many Marines here. He's jumping on top of Kira's army. Kira's just falling back to all of his tanks, trying to take as good of a trade as possible. But ByuN is still going to push through. He's got medevacs with this as well to keep these guys healed up, and he is jumping on top of some of this production in the natural. And Kira's going to start pulling away, but he's losing siege tanks. Oh, no. And ByuN with this counterattack puts Kira in a bad spot. He's going to take down an orbital. Not that big of a deal. He's going to pick up and get out of there now that he's done his job. Retaking this base. He has lost this one, but he's got orbitals right here, or command centers. I'd love to see him repair this one. Get the repair. I think it might be dead. Kira counterattacking over here. Oh, wait. Nope, he got it. He saved it. He saved it. What a hero. Why is he putting this in? Just put this one here. You know what? He's playing quick. He's playing quick. What's the APM? Whew. 414 average APM. He's playing quick, bud. Quick, boys. Oh, and he did it. ByuN's been making Ravens. Anti-armor missile, auto turrets. And I think that's just going to do it here as he clears Kira's army. Kira just doesn't have the economy to keep replenishing like ByuN has had all game. And Kira, as he falls under 100 supply, I think is moments away from tapping out here. There's the GG. ByuN takes a very solid game number 1. Honestly, a very good start for ByuN. A lot of annoying aggression for Kira to deal with. But then straight into that super high Marine count, high base count, keep the pressure on style that ByuN is so very fond of. I love to see that style. I'll tell you guys, it's been a long time since I played TVT. But that was how I like to play TVT too. And it's really nice to see that representation from the, you know, one of the best Terrans in the world. Not only that, to see it work against Cure. Ooh, that's good stuff. Just waiting on the game to lobby. That was some tank stuff there. It was pretty tank, dude. Pretty tank. Dank? Tank? Dank. That was some dank tank action. You're good at using tanks against Protoss? You're good at using tanks against Protoss and Zerg? That's so funny because I feel exactly the opposite. Like, when I played Terran, I could use tanks very well in TVT. Like, Marine Tank was my jam, dude. I actually loved playing Marine Tank in TVT. But if I tried to play with tanks against Protoss or Zerg, dude, I just got destroyed. Sometimes against Zerg it was okay. Like, certain metas, certain playstyles, I could do tanks. But yeah, like against Protoss and Zerg, it was always Marine Marauder was my friend. Or I mean, in TVZ it was usually mech, some sort of mech, battle cruisers or Thors or something. I kind of miss playing Terran, like, especially watching TVTs. Man, if I was gonna start playing StarCraft again, it would be Terran. I'd have to go back to my roots, back to the old days. Even though I'm definitely better with Protoss. But all right, game number 2, we're on El Dorado, and spawning in the lower right-hand corner, it is Shopify's ByuN. And his opponent in the lower left-hand corner for Team Liquid, it is Cure. You feel like putting tanks in corners, sieging them, and baiting Zerg and Protoss armies into range with a small bioforce. Okay. I think tanks against Protoss, like the only time I could get something like that to work was if it was like a very specific, there were some very specific like 2-base early pushes against Protoss that involve tanks, especially on like certain maps where you'd get over there and you could like siege a couple tanks down here and then, you know, medevac drop up, get like a liberator to support, and suddenly you have like a super annoying position to put pressure on. That kind of stuff, tanks can be really good. I think tanks fall off really, really hard against Protoss really quickly though. Like, they're decent, and then charge lots come out and they're garbo. They're like turbo garbage. You have to have transitioned away from them like 3 minutes before the charge lots hit the field. Like, yeah, 2-base pushes or 2-base defenses against blink stalkers, like tanks can be pretty solid. But they're just not great against Protoss. I love, okay, I know I've talked about this before, but I love the balance in TVT. It's one of the like purest expressions of how StarCraft works to me, is the balance of units in this matchup. I'm not talking about Reapers and Hellions, okay? These are the opening units. They don't count. I'm talking about Marines and tanks. Marines and tanks are both very good units. Tanks hard counter Marines. Unless you have enough Marines to counter the tanks again. But it's very difficult. As we saw in the last game, ByuN ran into some positions where he could not take a fight against the tanks. And then you have things like Vikings that come out to give the tanks more range because they can see further. Push away the medevacs that heal the Marines. I love the balance. I'll talk more about that in a minute because we got a little bit of a fight here. Kira coming in. Ooh, nice Whittle Mine there. Tank is doing its best, but this medevac is healing really, really nicely. That being said, on the other side of the map, ByuN is getting some damage done as well. Gonna be able to sneak out of there. It looks like ByuN is gonna clear this up. Oh my god, the Viking landed, but the units ran the other way. Well, ByuN does get the Cyclone out of the medevac. I don't think he can get out of the base though, so he's just gonna try to trade like the best he can. Both players end up losing just about everything there, so trades are slightly in Cure's favor. But as we look, ByuN has a few more workers, so I would say it's a relatively even trade. Cure is pushing across the map with a couple tanks and Marines. But yeah, I love the balance of Marines and tanks in this matchup. I love mid-game TVT, where we haven't quite gotten to like heavy Raven count yet. I think a few Ravens can make it really interesting and kind of mess with that balance. But just the Marine, tank, Viking, like sometimes Liberators will come out, and that can be kind of interesting too. We're not quite there yet though. Right now, one auto turret can make all the difference, and ByuN is suddenly in a lot of trouble. He does have another tank popping out right now. I think he might need to pull the boys with this one. Oh, he's going to siege up the tank. Oh, beautiful hit on the Marines. I mean, that is huge. And that's going to allow ByuN to clear up that tank with just a couple Marines. See, in small numbers, this stuff gets kind of weird. All right, well, that's the deadest Viking a Viking has ever been. It landed and was like, oh, there's a tank. Let me lift back up. There's two Vikings. It was like, I might rather land, actually. Ooh, great Viking placement for Cure. Oh, and ByuN, he's got to drop out. Hey, he's going to lose that medevac. These units are trapped. None of this has been mined out yet. Not a single one of these mineral patches is mined out. I think these units are completely trapped. That's too funny. Cure's putting the pressure on. He's got landed Vikings, a couple Marines, a couple tanks. There's an empty bunker here. It's got one Marine in it. That Marine's got it covered. Hey, that Marine almost killed another Marine. Oh, Vikings coming out. Oh, yeah, Cure's got to back up with that very damaged Raven. Scan here is going to allow Cure to hit this high ground. This command center is getting a bit low, starting to catch on fire. ByuN will get the repair on it, and Cure is going to go ahead and leave. I don't think Cure realized there was a command center here, and I feel like that's an unfortunate miss there for Cure. And at the same time, he's going to lose a siege tank. Oh, he absolutely did not need to lose that siege tank. Misses the command center, loses the tank. Cure making some mistakes here. That's going to give ByuN a better chance in this game, because so far Cure has done very well in this game. But little mistakes here and there like that, and that's why the supply is as close as it is still. Not to mention some of the bold moves from ByuN. Is one of the reasons ByuN is so fun to watch. He's so bold. Taking this base while he's being attacked, he was like, yeah, nah, he won't know it's there, and if he does, he won't be able to kill it. And he was right. Cure didn't know it was there. He was not able to kill it. Now, as I say that, he is moving back around to the north side of this third base, where he can put a lot of pressure on. And ByuN he's way too spread out right now, actually. The problem for ByuN is he doesn't know where anything is. He doesn't have any scouting. This tank is going to get a couple of shots off, and this base is just going to leave and hope it survives. In the meantime, a Liberator is going to be able to get set up over here and should be able to get some counter damage. Oh, and we've got landed Vikings in the main that are going to cancel Stim. Actually insane that that works. A lot of SCV damage getting done over here. At the same time, Cure is going to push towards this base. However, the Vikings are doing quite well for him here. And ByuN going to try to target down some of these Marines. Liberator, though, doing a great job. 14 SCVs dying on this side of the map. Cure's pressure is doing really well over here. I think the real problem for ByuN is he just doesn't have enough stuff. He's killing the SCVs, and that's good, but Cure's got a 4th base. Nearly done. And ByuN's 3rd has been pushed away. And now ByuN is just kind of stuck in his base. ByuN has a 2nd starport. I feel like he was planning on doing something with that, and he did not get to see that plan come to fruition. He's just trying to get enough out to mount some sort of defense, but it's so hard to break this when you're not the player with the Raven or the Viking count. He does have a drop on the other side of the map, doing some damage. I believe this command center will live, though. Oh, he's got Stim. There's a few units at the top of this ramp, though. And ByuN, he's not going to brave it. Instead, ByuN is just mining from the backside of this gold. I think that's a great choice. I don't think he has much else of a choice. It's just not enough here to support these tanks, and that is 1, 2, 3 dead tanks for some energy and a couple of Vikings. ByuN is now going to be able to break this, but he loses so much in doing so. We see the army supplies here still very highly in favor of Cure. But that being said, ByuN pushed away the 4th base. He's been doing some damage over here. He's keeping Cure's army back at home instead of rallying across the map. He's trying to deal with this. ByuN has been mining from this gold for a while. He's trying to set up a base down here, so he was shoved off of this base, but he still has quite a good income. After all is said and done, it's relatively even. The resources lost are pretty in favor of Cure as he kills that medevac full of Marines. Right now, it's a pretty substantial army supply lead for Cure. That's really the telltale sign here that Cure is winning this game. And ByuN is fighting with scraps to try to get something out of this. He's double expanding again, dude. This is a very different position than when he double expanded last game, though. Last game, Cure was playing very defensively. ByuN was putting on the pressure. Yeah, they trade a tank for a tank. I actually think this is going okay for ByuN right now. That medevac is going to go down. Look at this Marine just out of range of this tank. Crazy. But holding that watchtower. Honestly, really nicely done. These mineral fields are low, but not low enough to go through it yet. So if Cure honestly just sieges up like here,
game paused.
not really anything ByuN can do about it. We got a cheeky little pause here. Not sure what that's about. We'll give them a moment of privacy. Oh? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. They're discussing. Oh, we are back.
Game resumed.
And right now, ByuN is putting some pressure on over here. Oh my god, the SCVs are coming off the fight. Ooh, okay. This is going to be enough to drive ByuN away, but he gets 6 SCV kills. He's going to keep trying to drop over here. Not going super well, though. At the same time, Cure has mined some of this out, so he can try to get in through this side. He's eating some tank shots, though. Ooh. Ooh, I don't know if I like this too much for Cure right now, but he is going to be able to jump on top of this and push this base away. But ByuN's got this one. He's just going to go take this one. He's got this one. These multi-bases are starting to pay off a little bit for ByuN. Cure's on a very solid 4 base. Ooh, Cure taking some good trades over here, though. But look at that army supply, man. Cure was like 35 army supply ahead earlier, and now it's like 9. This is a very significantly better position for ByuN than we had expected, and it all comes down to the drops delaying. Little things like the tank trading and buying time here, and in the meantime, ByuN is just... he's got like 2 more bases than Cure is expecting. Oh, this is still such a good position for Cure as he pushes in here. Does this rock tower fall if you hit it? I feel like it does. Cure is he's just going to go kill that base. That is a dead base with 9 dead SCVs. That income lead that ByuN had for a little bit there is completely gone, and now ByuN is way behind. It doesn't look like Cure has any sort of an air army, so... oh my god, did he just build a Marauder? ByuN built a Marauder. He's crazy, man. The 2 Vikings right now are holding air dominance. It does look like ByuN's got maybe enough to hold on to this base. And he does have this one, which again, I do not think Cure knows about. But that is 4 bases to very soon to be 5 for Cure. So Cure has done a great job coming in here, disrupting ByuN's economy by a lot. And even though Cure's economy isn't super fantastic, 63 SCVs is not actually that many. He's still got a bit of a chokehold on ByuN. Oh, and he is rotating around up here. That is not a planetary. ByuN decided to make that an orbital. Cure doesn't even think about it, though. He is diving directly into the natural, and ByuN is going to immediately tap out as he realizes he has been outpositioned, and Cure is going to take the win in game number 2, tying us up and bringing us to a game 3. GG. Gotta get into that lobby. Got to get into the lobby, mate. Got to get in. All right. Ultra Love is going to be the next map. And let us see how this semifinal concludes. As we get in to game number 3, spawning in the lower left-hand corner, it is none other than Shopify Rebellion ByuN, the true rebel. His opponent in the upper right-hand corner is, of course, Team Liquid's Cure. Shopify Rebellion. I saw Scarlet was playing in Wardy's Boomer tournament. I love the idea of Wardy's Boomer tournament. It's so funny. It's such a good idea. Like, just get some of the old guys. You know what I mean? Get some of those people that have been around for a while. And I say that knowing full well that I think everybody playing in that is younger than me. But like, I really like the idea. I think that's a fun idea. give some of the players that maybe don't want to play in all the like weeklies and stuff a chance to just play against each other. The bracket looks like it's from 2015 or something. It's cool. I like fun tournament ideas. I wish we had more ability to put on fun tournaments. I think the thing about fun tournaments is like, when we've got a big robust tournament scene, you can use a lot of that tournament money to put on some of the fun stuff, but it's a little bit harder to do that when a lot of that money that we have in the community right now is going towards just standard tournaments like this. You got opens and show matches and invitationals for the big name players to keep them fed and housed. But it's good to see Wardy's still putting on some fun stuff. I mean, Wardy's really the GOAT of StarCraft tournaments. Dude has been supporting this scene for a long time. And oh my God, ByuN. This is crazy. I mean, Cure against Percival in game 3, proxy Raxed, and he had a Rax at home and a proxy Rax and went double Reaper to kill him. And yet ByuN, he's boldly going 3 Rax before, or 3 CC before Factory. Actually insane. And sending his Reapers across the map to get an SCV kill. This is literally only ByuN can do this. Only ByuN. Some people have an OnlyFans. We got an only ByuN. Only Byans. I cannot believe he just did that. Is Cure not going to run immediately across the map right now? This is insane. Why not? Just come over here. There's nothing here, Cure. Even now, the man's got 2 Marines. They wouldn't have even been done by the time those units got here. This is crazy. Actually cannot believe that he's getting away with this. The madman. Now, Cure's got a tank and a Raven on the way. He could very well just go for a cheeky push. The problem is Cure has no clue what's going on over here. He doesn't know there's a 3rd CC in the main. He doesn't know that ByuN doesn't have anything yet. And by the time he realizes that ByuN is going to have stuff, and one of the things he's going to have is a significant economic lead. He's already ahead workers. He's going to have more workers pumping. He's going to have more mules to drop. Should a fight happen, he's going to have more scans to scan. There's still no 3rd for Cure. He is just... I mean, Cure's playing Standy Andy over here. This is very normal stuff. ByuN is the one that is not. It doesn't feel like he's going to get punished for it, though. But I love that. I love that about ByuN. He's not afraid to take these kinds of risks. And again, it makes it so exciting to watch him play, especially against somebody who's maybe a bit more standard like Cure. Less likely to do outside-the-box things. Like it's a fun dynamic between the two of them. Yeah, ByuN, pretty supply block there. That that looked like when I try to build a Raven. It just doesn't come out for an extra 10 seconds. All right, well, Cure is coming across now. We're going to see the scan here for ByuN. He sees nothing at home. That's got to be a little concerning. I am a little concerned. Double interference matrix, ByuN. His tanks just get shut down immediately. And he is going to lose both of them. Oh, no, he just loses one. The other one does get to pull back. SCVs are going to have to get pulled here. Oh, they're getting all bottled up. But good interference matrix on that front tank. It's going to get taken out. This is so painful for ByuN. But he is going to clear this. pushes this away. Cure going to land the Vikings, but I don't think that's really going to do too much. And while he killed 11 SCVs, look at the worker count. ByuN doesn't care, man. He's had this third CC the whole time. Cure just started his. I still think this is okay for ByuN. In fact, with 2 Ravens dying for Cure, assuming this equalizes, which it hasn't yet, Cure is still putting pressure on. He still has the chance to get some damage done here. Oh, man. Yeah, okay, I'm going to say it now. This is good for ByuN. Cure had a chance to get a little more damage done there, and he still has these Vikings out, but I feel like this overall is very good for ByuN. If he can take the third in a reasonable time here, before Cure's had his for too long, I just like this for ByuN, flat out. Killing 2 Ravens for 1 so far is really, really nice. Right now, Cure's army is basically just a bunch of Vikings. He's being very annoying with them successfully, but he's going to go for a land. He's thinking about it. He's thinking about it. The problem is if Cure stays around here too long, ByuN is just going to have more Vikings out. Vikings doing a good job here. They're targeting down some SCVs. They get 7 of them. Get 9 now. Oh, there's a Liberator in the main as well. This is some good moves from Cure. Cure's done a good job pulling this back from, again, what I feel like was a good position for ByuN. But killing those workers, delaying ByuN for a while here is really nice. That being said, this feels like an opposite position from last game. Cure is now down 20 supply. He's ahead a little bit economically, but he's down 20 army supply. There's a turret going up. There's just 1 tank back here. I feel like if ByuN scans this, which he does, he's going to be feeling pretty good here. He shuts down the most forward tank, and he is just going to be able to get into a beautiful position. Shuts down the next tank as well. He's going to clear these 2 very easily, and this base is in a lot of trouble right now. Looks like the orbital is going to get away, but 13 SCVs going down already. Clears yet another tank. Is ByuN going to keep this pressure on? It looks like the answer is yes. Of course he is. He's ByuN. He's going to take down the next tank, and Cure is backed up against the wall right now. He's got some units over here, but it looks like they're getting cleared up as well. And Cure, I just don't think he's got enough, man. SCVs coming off the line, but it looks like ByuN is going to another KSL finals here, as he is, I mean, he's nearly double his opponent's army supply right now. Cure's trying to mine over here. You know, that's working. He does take the Raven out, but it's just not going to be enough. GG, ByuN. ByuN.